plate were fourth. Last I looked, Australia won the tip, but Turkey comes away with it, and we are underway. Kutlai to his right, goes up at the free throw line, gets it back outside. Another runner by Demir Öztürk, no good, and Australia come away with it. A big hello to everybody watching on our YouTube live stream. I'd like to remind you that you can become a FIBA YouTube member. Click that join button, and you can get all kinds of cool stuff. Exclusive content, early access to highlights. Tune with the block, but Yahya Basaran puts it back up and in, and Australia scores the first bucket of this game. Lots of great content and 3 tiers to choose from: rookie, starter, or MVP. Kutlai misses his first attempt. Join our FIBA YouTube community today. Running dunk. John Aryang. Australia out to a 4-0 early lead. Look at the three-point shooting average for Turkey at 53% out the tournament. That's fantastic. Kutlai. Tough floater won't go. Rebounded by Basaran. And Yahya Basaran, the running lay-in with the right hand, and timeout. Let's see what Hasan Özmeric draws up for his team. Özmeric, by the way, assisted by Nehir Burke and Elvir Kurtulu. And Kutlai gets Turkey on the board with a pretty jumper from 15 feet. Greg Vanderjack for Australia, assisted by Ashley Arnott and Reese Carter. Well, Australia just keep going. Yahya Basaran again. He's got 6 of Australia's 8 points, and Turkey is going to have to find a way to bottle him up. Kutlai again. Big hello to Oz Geezer. Not sure how to say that in our YouTube live stream chat. Becomes a FIBA YouTube member at the rookie level. Opchun misses from about 5 feet away, and Turkey are having all sorts of difficulties with Australia's size right now. Jenny Vanderjack is watching from Oakburg, Queensland, Australia. Little jumper there from 13 by Kutlai misses. Now he jacks it up for 3. Missed that one badly as the defense closed out. And Turkey still continuing to struggle. Riaka Kaur into the game now for Australia, as well as Tom Dammers. My goodness! Yahya Basaran again! Turkey had just 1 of 8 from the floor in this game. And Bashir Briant travels. Jason checking in again from the Philippines. Thanks for saying hello. Hey, if you have not already, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the broadcast. I'd like to get as many likes as we can here. I think we can get 1,000 for this game. All the folks watching down under, as another bucket for Australia, that one of the three-point variety. And it is 13-2. Make it 13-4 after Omar Yusuf Sheikh rather. Australia nearly turn it over. Into the paint now. Back outside. Australia works it around. Hamilton hits from three again. Back-to-back trays for Australia. And they are opening up a big lead here in this first quarter, 16-4. Kutlai, 4 on the shot clock. He drives, hangs, and hits. Tough shot by Omer Kutlai. Up big on Turkey, 30-12. Yahya Basaran, 10 points already and 3 rebounds. The official stats only have Australia with 1 block, but they've blocked a couple more shots than that as Basaran scores again. Now he's got 12. Omer Kutlai has 7 points for Turkey. If you're just joining us, welcome in once again. And another takeaway. Australia on the break. Oh, pretty shot. After the feed by John Aryang, Luke Paul goes up, hangs in the air, double clutches, and kisses it off the glass. That was very nicely done. Kutlai into the paint now. Oh, pretty drop pass there. Arda Öztürk scores. He's got 5. Checking in with our YouTube live stream chat now. Diane Renegado says, watching from Philippines. Thanks so much for tuning in. That shot blocked. I believe that was Demir Öztürk that got it. And Idris Dombrowskis becoming a FIBA YouTube member at the Rookie Stream chats and all sorts of other cool perks. Started to mention it before as well as Paul drives to the bucket again. And Australia continuing to run away from Turkey. Maybe I should say they're continuing to hop away from Australia. Little kangaroo joke there. Oh, pretty move by Darius Karatasu. And the dynamic duo for Turkey is going to have to get going here. Karatasu and Kutlai. Kutlai's got 7, but he's just 3 of 12 from the field. That was the first 2 points for Karatasu coming off the bench in this game. Boy, Australia continues to make question in the chat. Have I ever seen a more dominant and imposing 16-year-old than Joakim Bunche on Team USA? Man, I don't know. He is something. I got a chance to do USA's opening game in this tournament, and A lot of times in these youth events, USA struggles early in games, and they were a well-oiled machine from the get-go. It did not take them long to find their feet. So a well-coached USA team. Chris says a crocodile joke would have been more appropriate. I'll try to slip one of those in there later. Hey, we're up over 105 likes on our YouTube live stream now. If you have not already, hit that thumbs up for us as an offense. That New Zealand team, a lot of fun to watch as well. I did the opening game that New Zealand did against Turkey, where they lost in double overtime. They had a 25-point lead. They've got a lot of great players on that team. Unfortunately, they just could not put together more wins. 2 more games on schedule after this one. Slovenia and China will be the last classification game. And then we've got the gold medal game between USA and Serbia. 1:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight in the USA. That shot blocked by Yahya to pull away from the hosts. And they lead big now. Trying to see what their biggest lead was. It was 19 at one point. I know that. I'm not sure if it got to 20 or more. No, 9 teams. I haven't seen all the teams. So of the people that I've seen, Karatasu and Kutlay from Turkey, Jaden Sissel from New Zealand, they stand out. Hadn't seen Australia yet until today. They've got, which it was forced to do during COVID. Prior to this, I would go all over North and South America to cover tournaments. But now we have a much bigger pool of broadcasters that can cover games. Another block shot. That looked like it was Basaran on the block. And here comes Aryang off the square and good. Floater from Kutalai from 11 feet goes in. Yeah, but to finish the thought, yeah, we have a much bigger pool of broadcasters to choose from. Oh, pretty reverse. Aryang again. For instance, a few years ago, 2017, I was sent to Venezuela. And my partner and I, Louis Shine, we did, because they only sent us 2 broadcasters. I was the play-by-play guy. He did color. We did all 4 games every day. So we did 52 games in 14 days. Unofficial world record, by the way. Shot clock winding down. Kutalai, 3 on the way. Splash! Omer Kutalai, as the shot clock winds down, hits the 3. Shout out to Ethan Davis watching from Perth, Australia. And so, yeah, we did the 52 games in 14 days, which was absolutely grueling. And so, rather than have just 2 people do all those Jenkins, would you rather win silver and lose the game, or win bronze and be winner of that game? Man. Luke Paul challenged at the rim and could not finish. Great defense by Demir Ozturk. And now with the second quarter, wherever you're tuned in from around the world, might be a little bit different style of a broadcast than you're used to. I'll be interacting live with folks watching on the YouTube live stream as Sarpkaya Arda hits a 3-pointer to open the second half for Turkey. Mark Rudy asked the question in our YouTube live stream chat just before we came back from halftime. Do we think Australia pull away or keep them at arm's length, or did Turkey have a run in them? As John Aryang answers with a three-pointer of his own at the other end. He's got 11 points now. I think Turkey definitely has a run in them. Anytime you have Omar Kutlay and Darius Karatasu on your team, as Karatasu starts the second half on the floor, he started the first half on the bench. Arda Öztürk starting the second half. Sarpkaya Arda as well for Hasan Özmeric. Regular five starters in the game for Australia and Greg Vanderjagt. Mandy, she can't sleep, so she's watching the Crocs, and the Crocs are doing just fine under her gaze. Shout out to Eddie Davis watching from Perth. That triple is in. Darius Karatasu, his first three-pointer of the game. Question in the chat, who's my favorite NBA team? Well, I grew up in the city of Chicago in the 80s and 90s. So I got to watch every game Michael Jordan ever played. And I am a Chicago Bulls fan. Tim Bradburn from Cairns says, bring home that bronze, Luke. If you're enjoying our YouTube live stream, the runner with the left hand by Karatasu. If you're enjoying our YouTube live stream, go ahead and become a FIBA YouTube member. 3 membership levels to choose from, rookie, starter, or MVP. You get exclusive content, early access to highlights, special badges and emoji. Second free throw misses as well. Turkey down by 13. They trailed by as many as 22. They've been chipping away at it here in this third quarter. Kutlay, his shot blocked. That was Basaran again. Basaran, Mabit, they have been making life absolutely miserable inside for Turkey. And that time, John Aryang. Here comes Kutlay, chased out by Luke Paul. Around the screen by Arda Öztürk. Now the kick out. 3 on the way. Nope. Pass underneath to Briant. A little too hot for him. Can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. But I think that last touch Basaran, it's going to be Turkey ball with 6 to shoot. Request a shout out Dan Glisak from Perth. Shot no good. Luke Paul the rebound. Paul tried to take it all the way himself, has to kick it out. Antonio Brown gives it up, and Paul gets the offense reset. Paul gets bumped, and an offensive foul is on Yahya Basaran. Felt they called it farther away from the ball. Matt says, careful of these people calling out mentions. They aren't real people. I know some of the tricks. Paul has his shot rejected. Darius Karatasu, but now from the corner, that triple misses. Karatasu gets... Briant for 3. And Turkey back to within 9, trailed by as many as 22. And now the fans here in Istanbul, BDC Arena, making some noise. Oh, a tough shot by Will Hamilton in the paint, fading away, silences the crowd momentarily. Hall, another rebound. Tries to take it all the way himself. J.J. White Test says, let's go Turkey as well. Second free throw missed. Rebound back tapped and grabbed by McCann. Inside 2 minutes to play third quarter. Turkey hanging around. 3 on the way from McCann. Back iron, rebound, fought for, and finally won. And a Turkey with another chance at it. Lead is 10. Outside to Öztürk, Demir Öztürk, I should say. 2 Öztürks on the roster. Turkey takes it all the way himself down the left side, laid it in with the right hand, and the lead down to 8. Spinning move by Antonio Brown, giving it up to Basaran. This shot no good. Lie. Now Karatasu missed that three-pointer. Rebound McCann. All the way up the other end, it's Antonio Brown, 16 years old. Averaging 10.5 points per game in this event. 3 on the way. Nope. Yes! Popped out and then fell back down. Darius Karatasu has got 15 now and the lead down to 7 with 20 points, or rather 20 seconds to play in this third quarter. Lexi says, say good day to my son Austin from Fremantle. Shot missed. Turkey with one more chance at it. 3-2-1. Kudalai into the corner. Did he get it off? He missed. One of our YouTube live stream chatters, Mark, says Australia's getting tired and the shots aren't falling. We shall see. But Will Hamilton opens the scoring in the fourth to get the lead back to 9. My name is Craig Fada. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're tuned in from, as Yahya Basaran gets another block. Brown out to Paul. Now Hamilton getting things set back up. Outside to Brown for 3. Shot blocked by Demir Öztürk. And Australia turn it over. Look at that. Losing out on the shooter. Nice job by Demir Öztürk. Kudalai around the screen. All the way right side himself. Missed that one badly. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Australia ball. And if you are just joining us, a little bit different style of a broadcast. I'll be interacting live with folks on our YouTube live stream chat. A couple of folks in the chat asking if I commentate for NBA games. No, I do not. I do this part-time for FIBA. I've contracted with a couple of teams in Europe, one in Puerto Rico, over the years. And now, a 3-second violation called on Yahya Basaran as he continued to fight that ball. Unless they called it on Antonio Brown. He was kind of standing in the paint watching. Giuseppe asks, who do I think is going to be the best five? He says Boomche, CJ Rosser, Kusturica, as Turkey scores another three-pointer between Kutlai and Karatasu. Yeah, I mean, you're hitting on all the big ones. Years old. Both free throws missed. And now Turkey with the takeaway after the offensive rebound. Karatasu goes behind the back. At three off the side of the backboard. Turkey has the deficit cut to just 7. Poked out of bounds by Karatasu. And it will stay with Australia with 10 to shoot. 7.5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And off back to Paul. He is so polished and so poised. Love the way he runs the floor. Shot by Basaran won't go. Turkey with a chance to pull it to within 5. Hey, we're at 193 likes and 2,700 folks watching right now. If just a small percentage of you hit that thumbs up button, we'll go past 200 on our YouTube live stream. Thanks so much for all the engagement, everybody. Karatasu misses, but the offensive rebound, that was Ruzia Opchun. Opchun with the one-hand kind of push shot. That missed. Here's Kutlai. Guarded by Dammers. Shot clock now at 5. Kutlai launches the long 3. Well short. Good defense by Tom Dammers. Hall. Now Dammers. Back to Paul. 3 to shoot. Ball launches the 3. No good. Rebound. Kutlai. 7th rebound for Omer Kutlai to go along with his 22 points. 4 players in double figures for Australia, led by Will Hamilton with 13. Boy, Turkey missing some shots badly in this fourth quarter so far. Stolen away by Damir Ozturk. Bounce pass into Kutlai, has trouble handling it, and he's bottled up in the lane. Ruzia Opchun goes in for the dunk, and a pair of Crocs block his shot. 12th block of the game for Australia. Wow, Will Hamilton fights his way through a pair of defenders, lays it in, and Hassan Osmeric wants timeout. The lead back to 9. It's my favorite game. I'd have to say the opening game between Turkey and New Zealand that I did, the double overtime comeback by Turkey. Bashir Bryant tries the soaring dunk with the right hand, doesn't make it, and then lands hard for his effort. Domino says, hey from Newcastle. Thanks for checking in, Domino's. Little drop pass, shot blocked. Karatasu blocked the shot by Riak Akur. And Turkey needs to start putting a little something together. Here's Karatasu with the right hand. High off the glass and in. What touch by Darius Karatasu. Luke Paul gets his own rebound. And now a foul on. Nan in the chat asks if I'll be doing the USA-Serbia game. Yes, I will have that game. Oh, a nice pass there by Riyaka Kaur. And the finish under the bucket. And that... Australia's lead is 11. They were leading by as many as 22. Been trying to interact with folks on our YouTube live stream, and I do appreciate all the engagement as it comes down to the wire here. If this one gets close, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the game. Bounce pass to Kutlai in the paint. A little hesitation. And the lay-in with the left hand. And it's back to 9. Australia nearly turned it over, but it's pardon. It is going to be Australia ball. Riyaka Kaur to inbound. Guarded by Ostur. And here comes Luke Paul. And Australia content to run a few seconds here. Shot clock down to 7. Luke Paul takes it all the way himself, lays it in with the right hand, and that may do it. Lead back to 11 inside 90 seconds to play. Three on the way from Kutlai. That is good. Maybe not. I may have been a little premature. But still with a minute to play, the lead is 8. I think Australia have this one. Seen crazier things happen, though. Now Paul gets it back, 4 to shoot. Great job by Australia running time here. Antonio Brown can't put the final nail in. Rebound Karatasu. 44 seconds to play. Kutalai finally into the front court and a foul call. Hey, we're 7 likes short of 300 on our broadcast. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you have not already. Kutlai for 3. Splash! Omer Kutlai! Percent of you to hit that thumbs up button will go over 3,000, or rather 300 likes. Definitely would appreciate that. All trapped near midcourt. Great find into the corner. Wow, what a job by Luke Paul to find Josh McCann in the corner, trapped near the center court line by a pair of Turkish defenders. Found McCann in the corner,